Right, so here you can see I have my Beachbody on-demand app. It's this nice white app with the little blue circle with a swoosh and BOD written through it. So that is the app that we will go ahead and click on. This is where we are going to access our workouts, our group and program materials. So you'll go ahead and log in with that same information you used to check out in your cart. So before we head to the groups, I just want to show you all of this great stuff. So on the bottom, you'll see there's like a little menu. So we're going to go ahead and click programs. So here you can scroll through and you can see all of the different programs that we offer. You can see the different super trainers, and if you were to click on one of them, you can see every program that Tony Horton is a part of. You can go back. Up here under featured programs is usually like our newer programs or your recently watched. So if you were doing 10 rounds right now, you would go ahead and click on 10 rounds. And then you can scroll here. You can see there's tons of resources. So there's sample workouts you can try if you're not sure what program you want to commit to. You can also do some of the basics, nutrition videos. And most programs within the last couple of years have also included prep workouts. From here, you'll scroll and you'll see, and what I love is you can go ahead and click on a workout. It'll tell you how long it is and then a little description about the workout. So it'll tell you what you're going to work on, what required equipment you need, and then also what the recommended equipment is. One thing to note is that with the required equipment, the light, medium, and heavy is really dependent on where you're at personally. Some workouts, my light, medium, heavy are 5, 10s, and 12s. Other workouts, they're like 12, 15s, and 20s. So it really just depends on the workout and where you're at personally. So you can see that for all the workouts. This little button on the side is also really great if you have any sort of like internet or you're going to be traveling, anything like that. So you can go ahead and download a workout. And you can access those later without Wi-Fi. So you can download up to 7 at a time. I'm actually just going to cancel that because I don't need it right now. Next, under program materials here on the right-hand side, this is where all of your resources are going to be for the program. So you'll see a getting started guide. No matter if this is your first or your 10th program, I always recommend reading this just to learn a little bit more about the program, kind of get a better understanding of what's to come throughout, and then learn a little bit more about the programs that we offer nutrition-wise. So this one has some really great basics in it, and it's always so important to track your progress. So with before pictures and measurements. You can also see the guide to nutrition. This is more of a generalized approach that includes both 2B mindset and ultimate portion fix, so you can see a little bit more about each of them. If you recently ordered your challenge pack, you'll also get a paper copy of this when your package comes. So it tells you more about Shakeology, our performance line, the benefits of those things, as well as some of our other supplements that are amazing. So here you can see a little bit more about ultimate portion fix and about 2B mindset. I always recommend you pick one of those to go all in on, and we'll talk more about nutrition in just a minute. So you can go through this guide. There's resources, recipes, all sorts of good stuff. You'll also see there's some sample meal plans, a 7-day ultimate portion fix, and a 2B mindset sample meal plan that you can use. Next, workout calendar. This is super important. Most programs go in chronological order with how they're displayed on BOD, but some of them do jump around a little bit. So I do always recommend printing off a calendar if you did not receive one with your package. Not everyone will because the packs are more generalized, but it's super important no matter what program you're going with to always go in order. So you'll see day 1 is boxing 1s and 2s. Day 3 is boxing 3s and 4s. Day 5 is boxing 5s and 6s. You'll see that no matter what program it is, the workouts are going to be building on each other. So it's super important that you do these in order, and you'll note that there's only 5 out of 7 days. It says at the top, you can do them any day of the week, and remember that you also have the rest days. So it's important to follow the calendar. You'll see there's stuff in different languages as well if you need. And if you were to do any other program, you'll see there's those same resources, which I love. All right, next I want to get to groups. At the bottom here, this is where you'll see the available groups. So you'll see that right now we're finishing up our 10 rounds group. And then upcoming is going to be our Spring into Self-Care, our Mate Bootcamp. So any groups that me as your coach I currently have running, you'll be able to see these, whether you're already invited to it or if you want to request to join it. And then you'll see a little bit more about me here at the bottom. So you can always toggle and you can see anything you're invited to or like upcoming groups. If you are already a part of the group, you'll go ahead and be able to click view. You can see a little preview of the dates on when it's running. And this will load the group feed. So you can see at the top here, underlined as feed. So you're able to share any sort. This is a really great place if you were to share any sort of like a meal photo or your performance supplements or just any sort of like a question or non-scale victory, things like that you want to share. So you can add that post here and it will show up in the group feed. This is super nice because the one at the top is always going to be from your coach. You'll see Cassidy has pinned a post this morning and it is our coach post for today. So these are always really great. We'll be sharing different resources and all sorts of stuff there that is good to see. You can also toggle between different views if you want to see all the posts, just the coach post, or your personal posts. From here, you can scroll and you can see a good idea. Some of the images aren't loading at the moment, but you can see some sweaty selfies, some Shakeology pictures, all of the different things about how their workouts went. Under the Files tab here, this is amazing. You'll see we have a Shakeology guide here. So there are some recipes. It also just gives some like benefits to Shakeology, since I know a lot of people have questions about why it's important. Depending on what group you're in, you might also have personal development recommendations. You might have a workbook, different things like that. Up in the top right hand corner, this is your little bell. So this is where you can see if someone's replied to your post, if someone's commented, mentioned you, any of that sort of stuff. You can always mark them all as read, or you can go into settings and you can change what your notification settings are, and if you want push notifications. Next, under tracking, this is where you're going to log your workouts and your Shakeology as well as any sort of progress. So you'll see I've already logged my workout for the day. It will show me what workout it was because I have my activity tracking set up, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. If you're just logging a manual workout, you can say you went for a walk with my dog to the park. It's a nice day. You can say that it was a 30-minute walk. Time of day, it'll automatically populate what time it is, and you can always change that. You can also add a photo here. Let's see, let's go ahead and add that little selfie there. You should be able to scroll down, toggle that to include your photo and log that workout. For Shakeology, if you're adding a new Shakeology, you can click add. You'll do the little plus sign here, add a photo. We'll just go ahead and add that same pic. Scroll down where it says post this to your group. This is where you can explain what you had. So today I had a vegan strawberry shake with mango. It helped me from snacking. When you can hit enter, include your photo, and then log it. Nutritionals, this is where you can add if you had any Energize or Recover, add a water goal each day, and then results. This is where you can add your weight for the day. If you're tracking that, you can add your measurements. If you want to do just one measurement or you want to do all of them, you can input that. Any notes maybe about how you're feeling, like they said, sleep or bowel movements, and then lastly, progress photos. So you can add those there and track them later. Here under workout settings, this is where you can allow the prompts or the activity syncing. So these will allow, once you complete a workout, that it'll literally just pop up and it'll say add workout in your tracking screen. So that's that post-workout prompt as well. Anyways, I'm so excited for you to be joining us. If you have any questions, just reach out and let me know.